Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 10th of December we're hoping to have 7 live races on ITV on Saturday, though at this stage it has to be said the weather forecast does not look particularly promising, but let's hope it gets the go ahead. We start off with our betting expert Daily Nap in the 225 at Cheltenham. This is the Unibet International Hurdler Grade 2 over 2 mile 1, and I think the value here lies undoubtedly with Paul Nicholls' very progressive Nappers Hill. Now he's going to be a cracking chaser in time, probably over 2 mile 4 or 3 miles, but he's really thriving this winter under some positive rides from Harry Cobden. He routed the field at Chepstow and at Wincanton in the style of a horse who's definitely going to make up into a graded performer. I've never been a big fan of the mare Appetante. I didn't really like her return effort, albeit behind Constitution Hill. She was a bit free. She finished pretty weakly, having had the run of the race in a clear second. I don't think she's had her best, and I think Nappers Hill, at the prices, hopefully can make all the running and fend her off. Our betting expert value angle selection runs in the 335 at Cheltenham, a mare's handicap hurdle, over 2 miles, 4.5 furlongs, class 2 for 4-year-olds and upwards. Well, Nina the Terrier really caught my eye in the Greatwood in November, over 2 miles here. Racing wide, shade-free early on, briefly threatening to get into things, coming down the hill behind the useful I Like to Move It. I think that run was something of a confidence restorer after a nasty fall in her previous start, and I do think the return to 2 mile 4 should suit ideally. She likes really decent ground. She's a smooth traveller, very useful performer when the cards fall right, and around 7 to 1 I think it's a terrific price. The remaining 5 races on ITV, hopefully on Saturday. We start at Donny in the 130, the Summit, a juvenile hurdle over 2 mile and half a furlong, class 1. Nusret created a really good impression when winning at Punchestown in November, strong in the market, a little bit raw at some of the hurdles early, but really warming to his task, well on top at the finish. I think he can follow up here under Daryl Jacob. Back to Cheltenham, a typically competitive handicap at 150. 2 mile, 4.5 furlong, class 1. I think simply the bets is the one who's overpriced here at double figures. He certainly needed the run when below par here in November, weakening from the last, having suffered interference when briefly making a promising effort coming down the hill. He has got David Maxwell up, but knows him really well. Decent drying ground should suit ideally. I'm confident of a big run. He's got some excellent course and distance form in the book in the past. Back to Donny for the 240, a handicap chase over 2 mile 3. Well, Manisane comes from a yard Charlie Longston wouldn't be known for winter winners. I tend to think he has a sort of purple patch in the summer when the ground's good or faster, but he's thriving at the minute, and his 7-year-old looked one to follow when winning at Huntingdon in November. He is now up to a career high mark in a slightly better race, but I think there'll be plenty more improvement in the tank after just 4 runs over fences. Back to Cheltenham for the 3 o'clock. The Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle, a Grade 2, Class 1, over 3 miles. Well, Outlaw Peter's been another fantastic advert for Paul Nicholls this season, settling a lot better in the early stages. That's been the key to him. He's another good-actioned horse who wants decent ground. He's not really come off the bridle to win at Kempton and Exeter. Now, this is a much stiffer task up to a Grade 2, but I think he's going to get the run of the race from the front again, and he'll take plenty of passing up the hill. Back to Donny for the 3:15, a novice handicap hurdle, model stuff. Fearless Action's in my notebook to win one of these northern handicaps. Hopefully he'll be fit after nearly a year off. He's extremely well treated on a couple of bits of form, and there should be plenty more improvement in the tank after just 4 runs over hurdles. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts.